Hey everyone, on today's episode of the Mayor's Table, we're here at the Bonnie Dallas Senior Center with our new Adults Program Manager, Martin Moulton. We're going to give you a breakdown of all the things happening here at the Senior Center, all the programming, the dances, the Senior Olympics, so much going on to keep our senior population engaged and active. Stay tuned. Hi everyone, welcome to the Mayor's Table. On today's episode, we have a new member to the City of Farmington team, our Adults Program Manager, Martin Moulton. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. Happy to be here.
Well, I'm excited to be here at the Bonnie Dallas Senior Center. It's one of the prized, possessions here in the City of Farmington. It means a lot to a lot of people, so I'm excited to have you come in. I know you've been on the job now for 3 months.
3 months, jumped in both feet.
That's amazing. So give us a little bit of background, Martin. What kind of brings you to the Adults Program Manager position here?
Well, I've always liked this population. Let's see. Personally, I grew up an Army brat, so I've lived all over the place, and went in the Army myself for a while, was stationed in Berlin. I was the platoon leader. But settled in the Albuquerque area, and most of my adult life I've come up through the fire department with Rio Rancho.
Okay.
I do have some education in recreation. That's really where I started with the city, and then was able to move over. But I've been a paramedic by trade for 30 years, and I've always loved this population, taking care of them. They always had great stories to tell, and so I just enjoyed them. I did have an opportunity after I finished my fire career to work for the Senior Center in Rio Rancho and manage that program as well. So a little bit of experience there.
Well, we love Rio Rancho. That's my second favorite city in New Mexico. So that's great. You got a great municipal background as a firefighter, gotten to serve in a senior center, and then this position opens up, and here you are.
Yes. Yeah, I've always been interested in this part of New Mexico. It's funny, you live a place for 30 years and realize that there's so much to explore that hasn't been explored. So that's how I ended up in this area, and was fortunate enough to find this position that was open. It felt like kismet.
Yeah.
Perfect match.
Perfect match. That's great. So lots happening here at the Bonnie Dallas Senior Center. I think it'd be great to kind of give our viewers, our listeners, kind of an overview of things that are going on here, the different programs that we have available for our seniors. We have a great lunch program.
Yes.
We have Meals on Wheels. We do a lot of events and programming here at the center. But kind of tell us what you've learned so far in these last 3 months. And
yeah, it's a lot more responsibilities than I had in Rio Rancho. And if I can just kind of help people understand a little bit, we're a senior center, so basically activity or rec center for senior citizens, but we're so much more than that here. The building that we're in now is the annex, and this houses a lot of those activities. You can see the work from our crafty ladies. We have groups that come to play mahjong and different card games, that type of thing. We have a fitness center right behind us, so we do have fitness classes we partner with the Encore program at San Juan College to have a fitness instructor. We do like chair exercises, things like that. Kind of the biggest learning curve for me, though, involves our meal program. So in addition to just City of Farmington, senior rec center stuff, we get funding from the Area Agency on Aging, and they get state and federal funding to provide a meal program. We call that our congregate meal program here. That's how we're able to feed so many seniors. Along with that is we home deliver meals also to those seniors that don't have transportation. They may find it difficult to come in here to eat in person. Then they can register with us, and we'll provide home delivered meals to them. Along with that transportation program, they can call us to come pick them up, to take them from their home to here or to a doctor's appointment
really?
or to run errands. We
I
do
guess
that
I didn't
as
realize
well.
that we offered a transportation program.
Yeah, and all that is thankful to state funding. And the third part of that area agency on aging program is a homemaker program. So we have homemakers that go into seniors' homes and just help them with like minor daily chores, cleaning here and there, maybe preparing a meal for them at home too. So we do a lot here, and again, that part's been the largest learning curve for me, is just getting into the funding sources and grant applications and that kind of thing.
Well, that is a very big operation.
It is.
I mean, on a typical lunch day, how many people are we serving?
Well, I'm glad you asked that. I'm very proud to brag. We served 300 in our facility today. So 300 congregate meals. That's
Wow.
300 people coming in the door and sitting down. Add another 110 or so to the home delivered. So we provided meals for 400 seniors
Man, that
today.
is a big
And that
population.
number is growing. And I've only been here a short time, but I did some research and just kind of looked over the last year. When I came here in December, the beginning of December, we were averaging under 250 walk-in congregate meals a day, and now we're averaging close to 300
Well,
of those a day.
and as far as you were talking about kind of the funding sources of that, I mean, how do we manage that type of growth?
Well, it's going to be an interesting year with the legislature, because the whole state is hurting as far as that goes.
So we need to be advocating
Yes,
for additional funding in this. And
absolutely.
I think we can all recognize, I mean, our population is aging. We've got
Yes.
the baby boomers are getting up there, so I would anticipate, seeing those programs grow.
Yes, and we provide for the whole county of San Juan and surrounding areas. Other senior centers in the area, Aztec and Bloomfield, do have meal programs, but I know like on Fridays that they don't serve meals on Fridays, so we'll get
'em over here.
some overflow from that. But and I don't know if it's typical here, I've yet to see, but again, in the short time that I've been here, I see lots of new faces. And from what my staff tells me, there seems to be quite a few people that came and then COVID hit. Mm-hmm. And so that, they haven't been getting out as much, and now it seems like people are just starting to feel good enough to come back out and participate again. So that's always a good thing too.
Talk about talk about the volunteers, because I know they play a big part, and especially the Meals on Wheels program.
They do, and we'd love to have more volunteers.
That's what I want to see.
To help with all of our programs. But yes, and 31, I believe. We have 31 volunteers that help with our meal delivery and transportation. And of course, they don't all work every day, but
Sure.
we couldn't do it without them, because we just don't have enough, part-time staff or full-time staff to accommodate that. So we rely very heavily on our volunteers. And we also have volunteers that help us out in the kitchen that'll take the meal tickets. I'd like to get more volunteers for over here in the activities and whatnot. Like
Sure.
To help out with Senior Olympics, which I imagine we'll talk about here
Yeah,
shortly.
we will talk about that. So the volunteer part's so important. I know we've got a good base of folks, but getting those other new people reined in, and I say this all the time, if you've got a passion for something in this community, there's a place for you to serve.
Yes.
And I believe the Bonnie Dallas, our reputation here is fantastic. We want to keep that going, and it takes a lot of people to make it work.
Yes, and you were saying to me earlier that they have great ownership of their
Yes.
senior center here, and I have found that to be true. They do. So that's why I think encouraging more to kind of help us out, it would alleviate the workload on a lot of our staff.
So if somebody was interested in volunteering, what would be the process for them to do that?
They can call here, and we can speak to them, and then I think they actually do the actual application through city HR.
Okay.
And there are requirements, like a background check like that, I think that they have
Sure.
to go through to do that. But yeah, they certainly can call us here. The number is 505-599-1010. 1380. That'll give you the general switchboard, and then we'll get you taken care of.
Yeah, we just did the Mayor's Volunteer Partners Banquet where we
Yes.
honor those individuals and the thousands of hours that folks are putting in a number of facilities, but I know the Bonnie Dallas is one of those big facilities where we're seeing a lot of that volunteering. So
Yeah, it's, I don't know, it's rewarding to watch other people feel a sense of accomplishment or purpose, and I think therein lies kind of the beauty or the importance of volunteering is it allows our seniors to still be involved in their community and have an impact and know that what they do makes a difference and matters.
I think like the Meals on Wheels program, because I know all the programs we're doing here, but having people go to a senior's house, and that may be the only interaction that they have
That's right.
that day, or having that homemaker program. And if folks are watching this, or maybe they have an elderly person in their life and they would like for them to access the kind of homemaker program, what would they need to do that?
Our coordinator for that is Patricia Sanchez, and again, just call the senior center, ask for Patricia, and how that works is she'll get the information. We do assessments. We're kind of mandated by the funding to do assessments. So we'll go into the home and do an assessment, sit down with the patron, and then get them on our delivery routes. Yeah.
Great. Now, there's age specifications for folks, like, so if we talk about the meal program, break down for us, what does that cost, over at what age?
For the senior center to come and participate in our activities here, kind of the city portion of that, it's 50 and above.
Wow.
For the meal program,
I'm like this close.
Because
it's coming quickly.
I don't know. I hit 50 and everything went downhill after that. But anyways, but for the meal program, because that's funding, it's 60 plus.
Okay.
So if you're 60 or over, you can come in. We will provide a meal for you. We don't charge, and we don't even ask for donations, but they can contribute. And we do have a contribution box if they so choose, but they're not asked to, and they're certainly not expected to.
If I wanted to come in with my mother, who's 81, and I wanted to have lunch with her, what's the cost for me?
The cost for under 60 is $6.
Oh, wow. And for a really good-sized meal. And I know they have to meet certain caloric standards on those meals to make sure that they're getting full nutrition.
Yeah, our head chef, John.
Love John.
He's a baker by trade.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the baked goods that they get here are fresh baked by him. So really good. And apparently he specializes in meatloaf too, because that was today, the very popular day. And you were saying earlier, green chili cheeseburgers, that's another big day.
I just made meatloaf last night, actually, for my family.
So we're dependent on that funding to provide food. We also partner with New Mexico Grown. I've recently submitted an application for that to keep business locally with our local farmers, and so we're hoping to receive more funding from there, and John will spend that money right up front.
Sure. We'll get that fresh fruit and produce.
Mushrooms, he serves mushrooms, makes them fresh, and he gets those from local providers too.
Oh, that's fantastic. One of the great things here, I think when we look at a community of people, we want to provide programming that keeps them active. And I think you mentioned the fitness center and different classes that are available, but I want to encourage our viewers. I mean, getting up and getting out of the house and interacting and socializing is such an important part of just your general health. And I think what we're offering here is a really good opportunity for folks to engage like that.
Yes, absolutely.
So we also have, let's get into the Senior Olympics, because I know that is a big thing that we host here in the city of Farmington.
Yes, my first time participating in Senior Olympics. We call them the New Mexico High Desert Games up here. And New Mexico Senior Olympics is its own entity, and they have what I would classify as more formal games, like track and field type events, more Olympic athletic type events. They have Winter Olympics, they have Summer Olympics, but they also support and partner with us to all throughout New Mexico, smaller jurisdictions to kind of put on their own
regional
games, yes, and give us the freedom to come up with activities that are more suitable to our clientele and whatnot. So we are doing that. We had our opening ceremonies on March 2nd, and the High Desert Games will run through the end of May. We'll have our closing ceremonies then, and that's where we do our medal presentations.
Kind of facilities all across the city, I would imagine.
Yes, in the past we've used lots of different facilities. It being my first time this year and not really sure, kind of feeling out, we're doing a lot of it in-house here, and we've narrowed the events down a little bit, but we certainly have plenty of participation. I think we have close to 100 people total signed up.
And is that, so will participants come from across the state to participate in the High Desert Games, or is that just our
No, that's
locals?
just more the local area.
Okay.
If they want to participate, they can participate in the New Mexico Senior Olympics, and I think the Summer Olympics are in Santa Fe this summer.
Okay.
And they also use those as kind of a qualifier to go to the National Senior Olympics, but the local areas like our High Desert Games don't go that far. They're just events that we have here.
Again, another good opportunity for people just to get involved.
Did cornhole last Friday. That was fun.
How do people get? Is there maybe it's on the city's webpage, or is there a separate webpage for people to apply for that?
There's not a separate webpage. It was on the city webpage, but they would just come here to register, fill out an application. There was a $15 fee. Mostly that's just to cover the cost of the T-shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, and they can sign up for as many different events as they want. I think we're hosting 16 total events this year, and some of those are like cornhole. We're doing a pickleball tournament at the pickleball facilities.
Brookside, yeah.
Yeah, we're doing in April. We're doing an 8-ball billiards tournament as part of the High Desert Games. That will be here at our center in April. So different things like that.
Yeah, well, that's great. Is there any special events or anything coming up outside of the games that's going to be happening here?
The closing ceremonies at the end of May. I think we'll have kind of for Memorial Day, just a small salute to veteran.
Okay.
We've been talking about maybe like coffee with the veteran in the morning. You know, people can come in and we'll honor veterans on Memorial Day.
We're going to be doing a special event actually on Memorial Day weekend, and we haven't picked the day yet. We're going to be a Purple Heart designated community.
Oh, very nice.
So really excited about that, and bringing all the groups together. You know, the Blue Star Mothers and Marine Corps League. They're all going to be a part of it.
Very nice.
Yeah, it'll be a great event, and love to have you there as a vet. So thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other information that we need to make sure the community knows about? I mean, there's dances that happen here.
We do. We have 3 dances a month that we host here. They're on Saturdays. And for March, it's the last 3 Saturdays of the month. Sometimes it varies. But 3 Saturdays a month, we'll host a dance. And we get about 40 participants on that. They would like to beef that up. More men. The women in that group have asked me to get the word out. They need more men to show,
come on, guys,
show up.
No wallflowers.
Plenty of ladies that want to dance. But yeah, we do that. What else? I can't think of anything else right now.
A lot of programming, but if I'm looking at the calendar of events, all that's going to be on our website.
Yes, we do put out a monthly newsletter. It's called The Spotlight. We'll have those copies out over in the cafeteria for people to take, and that always lists all the upcoming events for the month.
And of course, every year we host a huge Thanksgiving meal, which you haven't been a part of yet, but council comes in and we serve
Thanksgiving
food.
And Christmas turned into that too also. So although I don't think Christmas it was my first one, but I was told that wasn't as big as Thanksgiving, so I've yet to experience that.
Yeah. Well, a lot of great things happening here, Martin, and we're proud to have you on board. Again, this is a lot of pride in this facility. A lot of people who utilize this, as you know. I mean, they're here not just weekly but daily in some cases, and so We're always trying to present the best part of Farmington to them and keep them engaged and active. And so thanks for coming on. Is there anything kind of future looking for you and things where you have a vision for this center?
Right now, I'm just trying to kind of build our staff, become cohesive. And I have to give kudos to my staff. I have a great staff. They've been operating without a manager since last summer when my predecessor retired. So they've made it quite easy for me compared to how it could have been coming in and just kind of jumping in with both feet. But I would like to beef up our volunteer program. That's something, because as you said, you know, I agree. I think they do take a lot of ownership and pride in this is their senior center. If I could just get some to kind of help, then we could do even more activities and events, I think.
And you don't have to be a senior in order to volunteer.
No.
You know, we'd love to have young people in here. And I think, as you mentioned earlier, just the part of the population that you enjoy is they have these stories. They have you know, all this background and experience and things that they want to share. So, you know, coming in and getting a chance to sit down with them and to spend time with them, even if Meals on Wheels. My wife did Meals on Wheels. Great stories of interactions with individuals during her routes. So it is a great volunteer opportunity.
Yeah, and you know, we're a place of, you know, comfort.
Yes.
We have people that come in, you know, when we open our doors in the morning and they just want to hang out here and visit with people and interact, and that's how they spend their day. And so we want to keep being that for them as well.
No, absolutely. Well, thank you again for joining our team and taking up the call to provide that. And we certainly thank our viewers, our listeners out there. Please make sure you share this information with your friends and family. The Bonnie Dallas Senior Center, it's a staple in this community. We're going to see it grow. We need more participation, as Martin said. Let's get the volunteers out here. I know we can find that in our hearts. I find service to be, you know, they talk about the one thing, the most important thing in life, and I think serving other people is that most important thing. It is so rewarding to be able to give back. So we encourage you to look at those volunteer opportunities here at the Bonnie Dallas Senior Center or other places here throughout the city. But as always, we appreciate your viewership. Stay tuned. We'll see you here next time on the Mayor's Table.